If you're thinking about quitting teaching, don't. You need to hear this. And I've made a checklist to make sure that I don't forget anything because this is really, really important. Things are not as they seem. You may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like you made a career mistake. This is not for you. The kids are too difficult. The administration does not listen to you. I have a membership group that I am starting off of YouTube because you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. It's on the school platform. It is $9 a month. Listen to the rest of this video. If you think that this really resonates with you and it is the help that you need, that you've been looking for, I welcome you to check it out. I think there's a 7-day trial for it right now. And if your finances are where $9 a month is just too darn much, like you have to choose between that and your coffee, right? Then shoot me an email and we'll talk about it. I do not currently have a code for people who are severely economically impacted that would need the advice and the support in this group. But I can figure out how to make one. Another thing, this group is closed. Like it's not open to the general public. I put it behind a paywall for a reason. Not everyone can access it. Your administration is never going to see if you're asking me questions about how do I talk to my vice principal who was just the rudest person alive and really insulted me, right? I can help you with that. I've been through it. I know what to do now. I wished I'd known. And had somebody who could give me advice when I was in my early education career. Maybe you're just teaching the wrong age group. I started out in preschool, teaching preschool, right? And worked my way up. I would have to say in K-12, my favorite group to teach are middle schoolers. And I've had people go, oh, you must be like a unique person. No. Middle schoolers are curious. Their brain connections are all starting to come together. They're finally capable of independent thought, completely independent from their parents. And they're curious. They're learning how things work. Should you speak rudely to someone? Should you not? I mean, things that they just took the instruction without even thinking about it when they were younger. But now they're starting to question these things. They are not as I'm trying to think how to say this. Some high schools let their students be really belligerent and rude to the teachers. There are those who do not. I have found that I find teaching adults more fulfilling. If you're having an extremely difficult time in your current job, maybe you need to go to a different school district. Maybe you need to move to an entirely different state. Some states their laws are not in place to have their teachers' backs, right? But that's why I say things are not as they seem. You have other options. You went into teaching for a reason. You wanted to make a change in the world. You wanted to help students, right? Yes, you should be here. Don't quit. The future world of work depends on teachers. If you went into teaching because you were sold that major in college as job security because there's always going to be children to teach, I think you'd be better off doing corporate training, actually. That is not what I'm talking about here. The future world of work depends on teachers. And here's why. The integration of science and technology into all courses has already been happening in Europe since 2023. We're behind here, and we need teachers as we start to catch up, right? So that our students are globally competitive. Integrating science and technology in this way creates sustainability in all industries because it's not as compartmentalized as it has been in, like the last 20 years. It's like different degrees and jobs have gotten so over specialized, they don't know enough of other things. Does that make sense? It creates a stable economy when you do this with minimal fluctuations and steady growth and innovation. So you don't have these crazy job and market up and down stuff like we're seeing right now, which is enough to make anyone go to bed and throw a blanket over their head, right? But this is coming. The integration of science and technology is absolutely, literally just around the corner. And in education, that means within a couple of years, right? We teachers join hands together with our students to create a brighter, stable future. That's the whole reason for education, right? The students in K-12 are tomorrow's mayors, governors, presidents of organizations, companies. Somewhere out there in K-12 is a future president of the United States. They are attorney generals, right? They are county council members in the future. They need you and your compassion, your knowledge, your guidance in order to become those people that they are meant to be. And you can see, this is a lot of tracking. You can see I had to make notes on this. Teachers are the cornerstone of the future. They always have been. Everybody had a bad teacher, right? There's no college or university in the world that is perfect who does not have a bad teacher, unfortunately. We need the quality teachers to stay. The bad teachers are kind of hard to weed out, but that's where good peer pressure comes in. We need to teach our students about good peer pressure versus bad peer pressure. And we need to model that with our own fellow educators and faculty members. Teachers are the cornerstone of prosperity and of high quality development. What do I mean by development? I'm talking about things like urban planning and stuff like that. The infrastructure that we need to have in place as a society. Those people need teachers to teach them how to do that and how to think about it and go, hold up, you can't do that with families. This is going to drive families out of our city, right? We need teachers who know that and can teach it to students. Now, I just finished a master's degree of science in global technology and development. I have quite a bit of coursework on all of this. Starting this Saturday, January 3rd, I am going to be uploading a blog to my account there, and you can find the link in the description. You'll also be able to find the link for the school group. And the blogs are going to be taken from my coursework. They're going to go over a lot of this stuff that is happening outside the bubble of US education. And it is absolutely going to be a benefit for you. If you can only do the $3 a month, then do the Buy Me a Coffee subscription. Like I said, starting this Saturday on January the 3rd, every Saturday evening Pacific Standard Time, I will be uploading a blog there. Also, as part of this, you're going to see some blogs on economics. Keynesian economics was completely debunked 10 years ago. A lot of the stuff that we're being told in education that we have to train our students to do, they're going to get out into the real world and find out that's not how that works. Okay? So you'll be able to see from that how to start having those kinds of conversation with your administration, with your state legislatures who write the policy that tells you what you can and cannot teach and in the classroom. Like the legislature sets the hard set guidelines for what you teach in the classroom. Now, that is the floor, not the ceiling. You can always add more on top of that. And that's where this comes in. And if you're struggling with your job as a teacher, if you're really thinking, oh my gosh, is this actually for me? Maybe I should quit and go get a job somewhere else. I can help you with that. And that's where the private school group comes in. You can watch Q&A videos that I have uploaded there, and you can post in there in the community chat, and you can ask me questions. And as I learn more about how that platform works, I will be doing a live once a month, once I get feedback from everybody who's joined on when would that time be best for them. So I will be adding features to the school group and having a once a month live where I can do Q&A right with you. I don't know if Zoom integrates with that or not. I'll have to figure that out. So check the links in the chat and just hang in there. We are all going to be okay. I promise you. This current education environment is not going to last. I do not expect it to last into next school year, honestly. I see dramatic changes coming. And one of the blogs I'm going to be doing probably next week, I will be talking about how you as an educator have the expertise that your state legislature is just almost dying to hear, right? They don't know if they don't hear from us. We don't want them crafting legislation that affects our students in the classroom by the seat of their pants, right? They need to hear from us. They need to hear our classroom struggles and how it's not working for our students so that they can write that policy to help address that. And I'll be covering that in a blog that I'm going to post on BuyMeACoffee on the 10th. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see a shortish video on that here. And I will absolutely be making a video version of it to go in the school group. So, like I said, hang in there. We are all going to be okay.